So, so what is that input that you give to develop yourself daily, like gymming, reading? What develops you more? Apart from the, apart
In
from the
short, what makes you Shah Rukh Khan?
today, what is?
Basically, you're asking me what am I smoking, yeah? No, to be honest, yeah, I've been doing this nearly half my life. Before that, I was training to be an actor in theatre. And thank you so much for your kind words to even mention my name in the same breath as the legends you did, Dilip Saab and Amit ji. I'm a big fan too. I wanted to be a film actor or part of films because of them. We all are. I think most of our people in our generation were. And what one does is one honestly believes, after having worked so many years in films, that these matter, film people matter, film stories matter, the award functions matter. And more than that, the people who are watching films matter. And as soon as you wake up in the morning, have respect for it, not look down upon any of these things. That, oh, the audience is silly, they didn't understand my film. Yes, they understand my film completely. Every film they understand. Whenever a film does well, they appreciate it completely. As soon as you have respect for the work that you're doing and believe that what you're getting up to do matters, I think answering something or being a part of it comes automatically. You don't have to prepare it. I don't think I have any, I'm a very shy person personally. I don't have any sense of extra confidence. I take, most of the people who work backstage with me behind scenes would tell you, someone like Sharma, I don't have that kind of confidence. But I believe that making films in India and wanting to take it international matters, because that's who I am because of. And the people matter who made me and made the whole film industry. So whenever something is asked, you take that with that earnestness. You add humor only if you don't know what to answer. But otherwise, that's all it takes to be, I guess, though I'd like to add, many a times I'm not very proper on stage either. So it's not that I get it right always. When I'm doing a show, yes, I prepare a lot for it.
You're always perfect.
Thank you. I'm glad I can.
I'm looking all right? Okay. So, I have two emotions running through my head as I see all of you here. For some of you, I feel I'm a little jealous of some of you. And the others, I feel really bad for. So I'll explain it to you. I was told that all of you sometimes even pay a fee and come to this amazing global business summit. So half of you are doing this out of duty, your corporate duty. Take a favor from ET or give a favor back to ET. लगता होगा कोई boring speech होगी यहाँ पे, number crunching, mind-numbing statistics, ये business की speech सुबह सुबह. So I'm very envious of you because all of you are here and say, this handsome hunk Shah Rukh Khan has walked in, कुछ entertainment तो हो जाएगा. Then I feel bad for the others who are seriously here for business. That gentleman with the red tie, he's looking very, very serious. यार ये business के लिए. So I just want to tell you, just because I look good in a suit does not make me a businessman at all. I don't know anything about business. I've not been to Wharton. I've not been to the Harvard. I've none of the things, the trappings of being a businessman I have. My father did not leave me a lucrative bicycle business, which I've grown into a big automobile industry. Actually, I hold this against my dad. He didn't give me anything. He was 6'2", he didn't give me the height either. So, now that we are here, you might as well listen to me. Even the guys who are going to feel bad that I'm not going to talk about business. It may be irrelevant. It may be a little silly also. It may also make no sense. But don't worry, in the last few years, we've been made to understand by media houses, just like Times of India, that however irrelevant, silly or nonsensical stuff is being said, still the nation wants to know. Yeah. I'm sorry. Vineet, yeah, sorry. Is this tagline still yours or the other gentleman took it away to the... I get very scared now coming into media places. पता नहीं उन्होंने इनको सू कर दिया, फिर कॉपीराइट एक्ट के तहत उन्होंने मुझे सू कर दिया, फिर किसी ने आरटीआई कर दी, फिर मेरे अगेंस्ट पीआईएल हो गया, और फिर इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स की हेडलाइन पे आएगा, अटैच कर लो, अटैच कर लो, अटैच कर लो. So that's out of the police for 24 hours. ET and everybody. Like I was saying, I really don't have much to say, so I'm just going to keep on faffing around like this. I'm the break between the serious business talks that you're going to hear. I came only to take a picture with the Honorable Prime Minister last night. Really. मैंने दीपक लांबा को बोला खिंचवा दो, फोटो भी अच्छी नहीं आई मेरी. But now that I'm here, let me just tell you, I am 26 years old. That came out wrong. I'm 26 years old in the film industry, so which is half my lifetime, really. From here on, I am going to spend more time in the world of cinema than in the world outside of it, honestly, because I do work 16 hours a day on the film sets. And keeping pace with this momentous realization, in November, when I turned 52, I thought I should do away with the tag of being a superstar. Instead, I should work towards the tag of being a legend. Yeah. Really, you know, some of you, when you're laughing, you remind me of my children when they see my Instagram pictures. So please don't laugh. Really, I have, I'll explain this to you with all humility, that no megastar, worth his salt, egoistic like me, self-centered like me, will fade away into the past without trying to wedge his or her foot into the door to the future. So मेरा भी दिल ये है कि मैं फ्यूचर ऑफ सिनेमा के अंदर रहूं, जैसे मैं पिछले 25 सालों से फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में काम कर रहा हूं. मैंने तो शुरुआत में ही कह दिया था, सारी ताकत, सारी दौलत, सारी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री पर हुकूमत, बस इतना सा ख्वाब है. So I really want to be a legend. So unfortunately, I don't know if you guys have ever Googled and found out, there are no articles or books on how to be a legend. So I rummaged through my personal library in my personal house of 15,000 books. I have, okay, I'm exaggerating a bit. The problem is if the number is not 11,400, it doesn't sound very big nowadays. My team gets very disturbed. I say all politically incorrect things. But I have about 400 books in my library. So I rummaged through my books and thought I'll find out the future of cinema and how I can be a part of it and become a legend. But instead of a book on this, I found a book which is about the history of humankind. It is a book called Sapiens. I don't know if you've heard about it. It's a book called Sapiens. It says a brief history of humankind. And going through the book, I realized the only reason Homo sapiens, that is us, the species of human beings, the only reason we have dominated the rest of the species is because of one thing. And you'll be surprised to know what that one thing is. The only reason all of us rule the world. Because we gossip. Genuinely. Because we all realize, Homo sapiens realize, that the spreading of ideas and then organizing themselves around those ideas, they've been doing it for years now. And they do this through storytelling. And then I realized, if Homo sapiens could do this, so could I, because I'm a sapien. According to some rumors 15 years ago, I'm a Homo too.
No, I'm being honest, really. I really host very well. And I'm not being pompous. अब अगर honesty का कुछ इनाम है तो मुझे Filmfare award नहीं कर दो ना यार. Honesty का. I really think I'm very good. मैं बहुत अच्छी hosting करता हूँ. मैं impromptu हूँ. मैं कैसे बेच रहा हूँ अपने आप को. मैं impromptu हूँ. मेरे को teleprompter नहीं पढ़ना पड़ता है. Last minute पे presenters change होते हैं. मैं कुछ ना कुछ उसका कर लेता हूँ. पूरा का पूरा item change हो जाए. सलमान भाई बोलते हैं मैं अभी नहीं आऊँगा, 1 घंटे बाद मेरा performance है. मैं घुमा लेता हूँ. Handsome हूँ. Dance भी कर लेता हूँ. English भी बोल लेता हूँ. हिंदी भी बोल लेता हूँ. नहीं यार, दूर दूर तक कोई नहीं है मेरे जैसा. No serious. मैं मजाक, please don't take यार तुम लोग. I'm not demeaning anyone. I think जो सब करते हैं बहुत अच्छे हैं और they should do it. मैं एक ही करता हूँ अमूमन फिल्म फेयर का, लेकिन मैं really बहुत अच्छा. मैं seriously यार. Namaskar. I'm a movie star. I'm 51 years of age, and I don't use Botox as yet. So I'm clean, but I do behave like you saw, like a 21-year-old in my movies. Yeah, I do that. I sell dreams, and I peddle love to millions of people back home in India who assume that I'm the best lover in the world. If you don't tell anyone, I'm going to tell you I'm not, but I never let that assumption go away. I've also been made to understand there are lots of you here who haven't seen my work, and I feel really sad for you. That doesn't take away from the fact that I'm completely self-obsessed, as a movie star should be. And that's when my friends Chris and Juliet called me here to speak about the future you. Naturally, it follows I'm going to speak about the present me.
because I truly believe that humanity is a lot like me. It is. It's an aging movie star, grappling with all the newness around itself, wondering whether it got it right in the first place, and still trying to find a way to keep on shining regardless. I was born in a refugee colony in the capital city of India, New Delhi. And my father was a freedom fighter. My mother was, well, just a fighter like mothers are. And much like the original Homo sapiens, we struggled to survive. When I was in my early 20s, I lost both my parents, which I must admit seems a bit careless of me now. I do remember the night my father died, and I remember the driver of a neighbor who was driving us to the hospital. He mumbled something about dead people don't tip so well and walk away into the dark. And I was only 14 then, and I put my father's dead body in the back seat of the car. And my mother besides me, I started driving back from the hospital to the house. And in the middle of a quiet crying, my mother looked at me and she said, "Son, when did you learn to drive?" And I thought about it and realized, and I said to my mom, "Just now, Mom." I happened to even invent a new dance form, which I didn't realize, and it became a rage. So if it's all right, and you've seen a bit of me, so I'm quite shameless, I'll show you. It was called the lungi dance. So if it's all right with you, I'll just show you. I'm talented otherwise, yeah. So it went something like this. Lungi dance, 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 lungi. That's it. It became a rage. It really did. Like you noticed, nobody could make any sense of what was happening except me. And I didn't give a damn, really, because the whole world and whole humanity seemed as confused and lost as I was. So you may use your power to build walls and keep people outside. Or you may use it to break barriers and welcome them in. You may use your faith to make people afraid and terrify them into submission. Or you can use it to give courage to people so they rise to the greatest heights of enlightenment. You can use your energy to build nuclear bombs and spread the darkness of destruction, or you can use it to spread the joy of light to millions. You may filthy up your oceans callously and cut down all the forests. You can destroy their ecology, or tend to them with love and regenerate life from their waters and trees. You may land on Mars and build armed citadels, or you may look for life forms and species to learn from and respect. And you can use all the monies that we all have earned to wage futile wars and give guns in the hands of little children to kill each other with. Or you can use it to make more food to fill their stomachs with. When you get to be 50, as some of your parents are, none of the mothers, they all look 35. They're all looking extremely hot. Some of your parents are, and like I am, you will know that the bulk of your regrets are from not having done what you wish to do. So don't hold it against your over-diligent father who's telling you to study extra even post the exams. Your annoying mother who's still depressed that your handwriting is bad. You know, she doesn't understand. If it was bad 5 years ago, chances are that your handwriting is not going to improve for the rest of your life, ever. Ma'am, get that clear. It's not going to happen. But let me assure you, squiggles and ants and mosquitoes on paper won't kill your career. Any doctor here will tell you, indecipherable hieroglyphics may actually be a career booster. Don't be angry that your parents tell you that friend of yours is not good company, he is spoiling you. And please don't hold it against them when they tell you, he's a movie star's son, he'll become a hero, what about you? If you can manage not to take yourself too seriously, no matter how big a shot you become, or how lowly useless, trivial you feel, you will instantly disarm life's power to beat you down. It makes you braver to face ugliness because it changes your perspective. Humor is actually the deafness to see the world, the reality, for the transient farce
It really is. It's like a talisman for survival. Cultivate it and allow it to lighten every heavy moment. Wear it like a vulgar tattoo if you don't already have one. Don't ever let it get washed away in the turbulently beautiful seas of life. It's your ticket to staying young and childlike forever. And you'll realize why it matters to stay childlike when you're my age. And you watch this speech on YouTube with your children. I'll probably have kicked the bucket by then, having smoked enough cigarettes to light up a forest. But I certainly hope that you will have understood what I understand now. No, not that smoking kills, that part is okay. But what I'm referring to is what counts as the most beautiful and final gift that my father gave me. I only realized it was a gift on the day he died, when I was 15 years old. A gift your parents have given to you already. Yes, the singularly most exquisite gift you and I have been given is the gift of life itself. There is nothing that marks a man or a woman out from the ordinary more perfectly than grace. Grace is the consciousness that life is bigger than we are, and therefore our gratitude for it must match its vastness. It is the understanding that everyone we encounter, whether they are loving towards us or offensively abrasive, is a human like we are. It is knowing that experiences shapes human beings, and no matter how good we are at something or how successful we may become, we are never better than the other person. If you can live your life with grace towards those around you, you will accomplish more than you could if you became the President of America. That came out wrong, knowing that Donald Trump is so close to becoming the President of America. I didn't mean that. I'll rephrase that, guys. If you can live your life with grace towards those around you. Okay, actually, what the hell? Because I came here and told you a secret that I write rubbish poetry, I'm going to read out a poem and end this. This is the most rubbish poem you'll hear, but keep it in your heart because I'm the damn chief guest tonight. If your after party, EDM, I assume this is the music. I thought I'd be very cool if I used the word EDM. Is EDM cool still? Class of 2016, is it cool? No? Okay. If your after party EDM stone sunrise has found you, with dog shit, wrappings, and friends that will not confound you, and you start on this journey with a brave heart about you, if you live life with grace towards those around you, you'll get where you have to, and it won't astound you. If it isn't Ferraris and a White House that downed you, you won't need an entourage to always surround you. It's your truth you will have that will shelter and ground you. And you'll remember this day as the day that unbound you. From the walls of this beautiful school and the teachers, exams and all the rules that sometimes seem to hound you. And let me tell you, you all will be successful. Let me remind you. Now it was remind, but because it's not rhyming, so I... Until I saw the alumni list. And my mind suddenly froze up, like the icebergs that I've been shooting in Iceland for my next film. Because I was thinking, what will I say to these wonderfully wise people? For a second, I even contemplated sending a stunt double. But then I read a joke about the wisdom of all of you amazing achievers from IM. The joke made it clear to me that all of you are extremely wise, but your wisdom is of a different kind from us lesser mortals. It went something like this, so I'll tell you the joke. So if it's wrong and politically incorrect, please ban me. Yeah. So it was about a kid who claimed he was too good for the standard first or class 1 that he was in and should be promoted to the 4th standard. Seems all IM guys feel like that about themselves. So he was marched to the principal's office, and for gender equality reasons, even in jokes, the principal happened to be a lady. So she thought the kid should be given a fair chance, as ladies are always fair,
and said she would ask him a few questions. And if he answers them right, he will be promoted to the 4th standard, as he wished. Her first question to him was, what does a cow have 4 of, and I have only 2 of? And the boy, after a moment, said, legs. What's in your pants that you have, but I do not have? The boy said, pockets. What does a lady do sitting down? A man does standing up, a dog does with his one leg raised, she asked. The boy said, shake hands. The final one was what starts with F and ends with K, obviously, and is a 4-letter word, and if you don't get it, you have to use your hand. And the boy confidently said, a fork. So the principal looks at the teacher and tells him, don't send him to the 4th standard, send him to the IM. He'll be a perfect fit there. So that gave me some confidence to stand before you all. Maybe in your quest for knowledge, you all might have overlooked some very basic and simple truths. So here I am, not to tell you those answers, but just kind of widen your horizons about what the answers could have been. So I want to clarify right at the beginning, I am no guru in creative leadership. Please bear me with some compassion, patience, and do excuse my humor. Kiran, you especially. I don't want you to be embarrassed that you called me here, okay? I always turn to when I'm faced with adversity. Being a public figure, most of my actions and intentions are questioned, reviewed, and sometimes loved, and sometimes even distorted. Ranging from praising my sexiness to questioning my sexuality. I get it all. But whenever I feel thwarted, I think of this song. The song is a very old one, so maybe most of you won't know. Or maybe if the alumni is really, really old, then you would all know. It's a song called Hum To Mohabbat Karega. I've only changed the words, so I'll sing it for you as badly as I can. हम तो एक्ट करेगा, दुनिया से नहीं डरेगा, चाहे ये ज़माना कहे, हमको दीवाना कहे, हम तो एक्ट करेगा. So please do act, take the action. Nothing is more important than that. And we were detained at the airport as always for an hour and a half, which was nice. Yeah, it always happens. It's nice. Whenever I start feeling too arrogant about myself, I always take a trip to America. Yeah, the immigration guys kick the star out of stardom. And, but I have my small victories. They always ask me how tall I am, and I always lie and get away. 5 feet 10 inches. Next time I'm going to be more adventurous. What color are you? I'm going to say white. Yeah, well, okay. So I'm supposed to be serious here because this is for students and kids. So first of all, let me just thank the faculty and students of the Yale University, fellows of Timothy Dwight College and the Chubb Fellowship, and Master Jeffrey Brenzel for being so kind. Thank you. Yale Office of International Affairs and the Yale South Asian Society. And of course, Isha for dealing and following up with the most disorganized and incommunicative person in the world, which is me, to fix today's meeting with you all. I'm really, really happy, very humbled, very honored, and thank you for having me over here. Okay, I have memories of, I've been here before. 5 years ago, I was here in Yale. I was doing the song. Some of the shots, the ones at the graveyard, they were shot here. And no, I'm being honest, yeah. And it was very cold. It was, I think, 5th or 6th of December. It was snowing here. And I remember I was doing a song from Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna in the middle, yeah. And I was trying to kiss Rani Mukherjee while mouthing the words. We do that in Bollywood for all the guys who don't know how it is. Yeah, we sing songs and we try to kiss girls at the same time. And I'm being honest, my mouth froze in the middle of Kabhi Alvida Na. Yeah, I had a lockjaw, yeah. So I'm hoping my second outing to Yale is a little better, because otherwise it just won't sound right if I was to get stuck on. I don't know what you guys call yourselves, Yale tides, Yalers? Yeah, that. I hope I don't get stuck at yeah and go beyond that, eh? So I was told not to dwell too much on my movies when I spoke to you. I am to give you an inspirational talk, tell you stuff you can think about when you leave this room. Now that worries me, it gives me performance anxiety. About 1,500 of you here, hoping to hear words of wisdom from this sexy, desirable man who couldn't kiss a girl last time he was in Yale because it was too cold. But I want to tell you right in the beginning, I'm not that guy. I'm sexy and desirable, but I'm
But I'm not about to leave you any more inspired than you were when you walked in here. And I did this lame joke on Google. Yes, I go to Google and search everything there. Even my next script I'm searching on Google now. And the joke was like this. A dying man gasping for breath desperately gestured to the priest by his side for a piece of paper. With great effort, he then wrote a few words on it, handed it to the priest, and passed away. The priest kept the paper in his pocket and forgot all about it until the final service. Here he suddenly recalled the dead man's last scribble. Unfolding the paper, he told the funeral congregation that he was about to read great words of inspiration from the dying man. He opened the paper. The piece of paper had these words on it. "You are standing on my oxygen tube, you fool." So I'm going to be kind of like that priest. Don't expect words of wisdom from me. I'm just going to tell you my life's journey in very simple words, and which may not leave you inspired, but will help you survive this life. And if you can do that, kids, if you can survive, happiness, creativity, and success will follow on its own. Only I hope my words will give you enough insight when you hear the story that I have to tell you, that you can tell the world, move over, you're standing on my oxygen tube. I need to breathe, yeah. So journeys can be defined by age and time, or even by destinations, as most often they are. But I feel it's hard for me to tell you the story of my life in those terms because the concept of time has always eluded me. The day my father died seemed longer than my entire childhood. The day I felt my first success seemed fleetingly a hour long, not long enough perhaps. I wondered where it went. Even the cycle of time confounds me. I work the dark until sunrise on most days and fall asleep as the world awakens to light. My friends call me an owl. I like to think of myself as Batman, the Prince of Darkness. As some of you would know, I have a superhero fetish here, so I keep bringing this back. Age is not my forte either. I still cannot fix my own. Am I 45 or 15? If I could, would I be romancing girls 1/3 my age who normally would call me uncle? I had so much fun collecting the action figures of my last film called Ravan that none of the critical reviews tanking my film affected me at all. And as for my destination, I don't think I ever knew one. I walk, I run in the direction of my dreams. Things change along the way. People change, I change, the world changes, and even my dreams change. I don't have a place to arrive. I just keep doing what I know how to do the best that I can do it. I'll probably end up deluded, a geriatric, in a wheelchair, wearing a cape and tights, imagining my own flight out of this world, but of course with a young girl in my arms. So I'll tell you the story of me, but I'll tell it in my own way, in the language of my perceptions, in the things I think matter beyond fame, success, and the dyeing of my gray hair. I have understood that the measure of my life lies in the expanse of my heart's experience, and nothing else matters. If you take anything out of it, good. Otherwise, I've been told by the master, I can put on music and dance for you on Chamak Chalo. Okay, so first of all, yeah, we do that later. I know. People call me to these serious places and then say, "Oh, forget everything, just do the dance and go back home." Yeah. But I insist you listen to me, okay? Okay, I want to tell you, I have to tell you that I learned a few big words because I was coming to Yale, okay? Yeah, on Google, of course. And so the first one that I'm going to tell you about, so there are 3 things I want to tell you about this evening. The first one is I'm going to tell you to be a funambulist. Now, yeah, that's a big way, yeah? Impressed? Okay. So that means a tightrope walker, because a lot of you people, actually all of you, are somehow are going to create things in your life. So a funambulist is like a tightrope walker, okay? So the first word I learned, please give me claps for this new word that I've taught Yale. Yeah.